Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt shy to speak English because you were afraid of making a mistake? Do you sometimes understand English in your head, but when it's time to speak, you freeze? Have you ever studied English for weeks, then stopped because you lost motivation? Do you sometimes feel your accent is bad, and people won't understand you? Have you ever started learning English full of energy and excitement, but later felt stuck, frustrated, or even thought of giving up? If your answer is yes, you are not alone. Millions of learners around the world face the same problem. But here's the good news. You don't have to stop. In today's lesson, I will guide you through the 10 biggest challenges that make people quit learning English. More importantly, I will give you smart and practical solutions for each one, so you can continue learning with confidence and finally reach fluency. Stay with me until the end, because the last challenge and its solution might completely change how you see your English journey forever. Let's begin. The first challenge is fear of making mistakes. One of the biggest problems English learners face is this fear. Many people stay quiet, not because they don't know the words, but because they are afraid they will sound wrong. Imagine you are in a shop. You want to ask the shopkeeper, "How much is this?" But you feel afraid. You think, maybe my pronunciation is wrong. Maybe people will laugh at me, so you stay silent. And what happens? You lose the chance to practice. The truth is, mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are proof that you are learning. Example, you say, "She go to school every day." It's not perfect. The correct form is, "She goes to school every day." But guess what? People still understand you. And by speaking, you learn faster. Speak, even if it's not perfect. Every mistake you make today becomes your strength tomorrow. The second challenge is confidence. Many learners think, English is too hard for me. I will never sound fluent. Your boss asks you to introduce yourself in English. You could say 3 or 4 sentences, but you stop after one because you feel nervous. Confidence does not come before practice. It comes after practice. Example, at first you only say, "My name is Ali." Later, with practice, you can say, "Hello, my name is Ali. I'm from India, and I'm learning English because I want to work with international companies." Celebrate small victories. Confidence is not something you wait for, it's something you build. The third challenge is not enough practice. Many learners only read grammar books. They know the rules, but when it's time to speak, they freeze. You learned the past tense in class. You know the rule. I played, I worked, I studied. But when someone asks you, "What did you do yesterday?" you can't answer quickly. English is a skill like driving or swimming. You cannot learn by reading, you must practice. Practice daily, even for 10 minutes. Speak to yourself in the mirror. Record your voice. Read aloud. Small practice every day is better than 2 hours once a week. And here on Everyday English Chat, I share simple and practical lessons like this, so you always know how to practice the right way. If you want to keep improving step by step, stay with this channel because it's made for learners like you. The fourth challenge is comparing yourself to others. This is something almost every learner does. You see someone speak English very fluently and you think, I can never be like them. Let me tell you the truth. This thinking is dangerous because it kills your motivation. Maybe you watch a YouTuber speaking very fast. Instead of feeling inspired, you feel sad. You say to yourself, I am too slow. I am not good enough. And sometimes, you even stop studying. You don't know their story. Maybe that person studied English for 10 years. Maybe they lived abroad in an English-speaking country. Maybe they had a teacher helping them since childhood. So why should you compare your journey to theirs? Compare only to yourself. Ask this simple question, am I better than I was last week? Am I better than I was last month? If the answer is yes, even just a little bit, then you are winning. Because progress is progress, no matter how small. Remember this. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to fluency. The fifth challenge is not having a clear goal. Many learners start full of energy, but they stop after some time because they don't really know why they are learning English. You tell yourself, I want to learn English. But that is too general. After 3 months, you feel lost and tired because you don't know what you are working toward. You study random words, random grammar, but you don't feel progress. Without a clear goal, you will lose motivation. Learning English without a goal is like traveling without a map. You don't know where you're going. Set a clear, simple goal. Not too big, not too far. Something you can see and measure. For example, the first challenge is fear of making mistakes. One of the biggest problems English learners face is this fear. Many people stay quiet, not because they don't know the words, but because they are afraid they will sound wrong. Remember this. A goal is your compass. It shows you the way when you feel lost. The sixth challenge is using boring study methods. If you only memorize grammar rules and long vocabulary lists, very soon you will feel tired and lose interest. You sit down one night and say, I will learn 100 verbs today. You study hard, but the next morning you only remember 3. You feel frustrated, and slowly you stop studying. The brain doesn't like boring learning. If it feels heavy and painful, you will not continue. Let me give you some solution. Make learning fun and interesting. Change your methods. Watch short movies or cartoons. Listen to English songs and podcasts. Read simple stories that you enjoy. Practice with friends and make small conversations. Remember this. Fun learning is consistent learning. When you enjoy English, you will practice more, and when you practice more, you will improve faster. That's exactly what we do here at Everyday English Chat. We make English simple, useful, and enjoyable. So stay with us if you want English learning to feel lighter and more natural. The seventh challenge is time pressure. Many learners say, I don't have time to study English. They believe they need 1 or 2 hours every day, and if they don't have that time, they study nothing at all. You plan to study for 1 full hour at night. But after a long day of work, you feel tired. So you skip it completely. The next day, the same thing happens. Slowly, one skipped day becomes one skipped week. You don't need hours every day. Even 10 to 15 minutes is enough, if you are consistent. Here is the solution. Learn in small pieces. We call this micro-learning. Here is the solution. Learn in small pieces. We call this micro-learning. Remember this. Small daily steps are more powerful than big steps once a week. The 8th challenge is lack of support. Learning alone is hard. Without support, many learners feel lonely and stop. But let me also tell you this. You can still motivate yourself. You can record your voice every day and listen back to hear your progress. You can stand in front of the mirror and talk to yourself in English. This builds confidence. You can even talk to ChatGPT, ask questions, practice conversations, and get explanations. Let me share with you some benefits of ChatGPT. It's always available. It never laughs at your mistakes, and it explains grammar and vocabulary step by step in a simple way, just like a teacher. Many learners learn new words, but because no one is there to practice with them, they quickly forget. This can feel discouraging. Support makes the journey lighter. Humans learn better when they have someone to share progress with. Join an English learning community online. Find a study partner and exchange short conversations daily. Comment in English on YouTube videos, even this one. Practice with friends or family whenever you can. Remember this, you are never truly alone in your English journey. You can motivate yourself, use tools like ChatGPT, and connect with communities online. When you learn with others or even with the right resources, you stay motivated and keep moving forward. The 10th and final challenge is giving up too soon. Many learners expect to become fluent in just a few weeks or a few months. But when results are slow, they quit too early. You study hard for 2 weeks. You feel motivated at first. But then you stop for 1 month. When you come back, you feel like you forgot everything. You feel discouraged and say to yourself, maybe English is not for me. And you give up. Learning English is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Just like when you learned your first language as a child, it took years of listening, speaking, and repeating. English also takes time, patience, and consistency. The solution is to be patient with yourself. Don't expect fluency overnight. Do a little every day, even 5 minutes is progress. Use the "don't break the chain" method. Put an X on your calendar each day you practice English, no matter how small. After some weeks, you will see a long chain of X marks, and you will not want to break it. Remember this: consistency is more powerful than intensity. 5 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a month. So my friends, we have talked about the 10 biggest challenges that stop people from learning English. And now you know, these challenges are real, but they don't have to stop you. You can overcome them, step by step. Remember, learning English is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Every small effort you make brings you closer to fluency. Now here is my challenge for you. Today, take just 5 minutes and practice English. Stand in front of the mirror and introduce yourself. Or record your voice speaking about your day. Or write 3 sentences about what you learned from this video. Do something small, but do it today. And come back tomorrow and do it again. Small daily steps create big results. I want you to believe this. You can speak English. You can improve. You just need to keep going and never give up. And finally, if this lesson helped you, please support this channel. Give this video a like. Share it with a friend who is also learning English. And most importantly, subscribe to Everyday English Chat, because here we learn together, step by step, in a simple and motivating way. Thank you so much for watching. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.